It's been 2 years since my husband and I packed everything, and by everything I mean our cat, left Canada and moved to Portugal. Can you believe that? I've made a community post the other week and I got this comment about things in Portugal. So I was like, maybe I should film a video about that. I've already filmed a video about 1 year of living in Portugal, so I feel like it's about time. It's been literally 2 years since we moved and things have changed, honestly. And the best part is, I still get messages from people saying, can't wait to meet you in Canada. Hey Yulia, let's grab coffee in Montreal. And I'm like sitting here in Lisbon being like, where have you been, people? Like it's been 2 years since we've been living here in Lisbon, Portugal. So the comment I got says, hi Yulia, I think it would be a high time for you to make an update to how you find living in Portugal after about 1 year. 2 years, my friend, 2 years. Are you still just as frustrated with the very antiquated housing situation? So we're still living in the same apartment that we rented 2 years ago because housing is getting more and more expensive day by day. And trust me, in 2 years, the prices skyrocketed. Even if we wanted to move somewhere else, I cannot just rationalize paying double or even triple from what we pay now. We have a spacious apartment, we have everything we need. The only concern I personally have, I would prefer to have a bigger patio, to have like a barbecue, maybe like a dining table or whatever, but honestly, we're super lucky. I really love our apartment. The food and eating out, the prices nowadays. As for the food and eating out, I haven't really noticed a drastic change, especially after going to Canada, where you literally pay like double, triple prices. If you haven't seen this video, watch it after. I feel like prices are still adequate. Our grocery bill has not like fluctuated much. I would say like 10-15 euros in 2 years, which is really okay, I think. It's still very cold during the winter months. So here's the thing about winters in Portugal. I've said that many times and people misinterpret it 1,000 times. I say winters in Portugal are cold because it is cold inside of the apartment. Outside it's plus 15 Celsius. It's okay. I'm not talking about this particular person, but like in general, I say winters in Portugal are cold and people like it's plus 15 Celsius. It is cold inside, okay? I feel like I froze to death when we moved to Portugal. So last winter, I would open my windows. I would literally wear shorts all winter round. And I feel like we turned on the heater like twice maybe. But I also think the winter was milder compared to the one before. I'm not quite sure. If you've been living in Portugal, you tell me how was the last winter. But also over the course of these 2 years, we've installed ACs and that is just amazing. You turn on the heat during the winter, you can cool yourself during the summer. Mwah, amazing. I still miss winters, I still miss snow and everything. Gloomy rainy days, I miss that all. And for me, I have decided that I cannot change that. Like there's literally no solution to this problem. People saying, oh, go to Serra da Estrela, or go to the north of Portugal. That is not real winter, I'm sorry. Like 1 day of snow, amazing, not for me. I come from Siberia, where winter is literally 4 months, okay? I need winter. So I decided, rather than saying, hey, I miss snow, I miss whatever, I just book tickets and go to like Romania, Poland, Serbia. Even though we got no snow literally last year, we still go there for the atmosphere, for the cold days, you know, crisp air. I love it. I love it. Is the cheap traveling still one of the best things being there? Honestly, yes. We've traveled so much over the past 2 years. It's just, I still think about it sometimes and I'm like, what? Like we travel almost every single month. From Canada, we would travel maybe like once a year. Every time I see my friends saying, hey, we just got a super deal. We've just booked a vacation for like, you know, next summer. And I'm like, what? First of all, the ticket price is like $800-900 round trip. Here we travel for like 30 euros. Again, it depends on when you're traveling because I was checking tickets to Croatia this summer. Like 400-500 round trip. I'm like, no, we're not doing that. However, we went to London in, I think, March and we paid like 30 euros round trip. Amazing. One of the cool things about living in Portugal, living in Europe, is that we have seen so many friends of ours. It's just amazing. Because when you live in Canada, it's a little bit far away, and every time I tell my friends, hey, come visit, they're like, yeah, and then they're like, no. So here in Europe, it's just wonderful. Honestly, you can literally message your friend in Germany being, hey guys, what are you doing in, I don't know, October? Do you have a couch where I can sleep? They're like, yeah, come. You buy tickets for like 50 euros and you go. I love it. Do you find that the local population is starting to resent the mass immigration coming into the country? So here's the thing, yes and no. It really, I think, depends on the people. There are definitely events happening due to housing crisis, due to expats and immigrants. Almost under every video I film about Portugal, there are people coming and saying, pack your shit and go home. Thank you, muito obrigada. But we have Portuguese friends who are really nice people. Every Portuguese person that I know in person, in real life, is the sweetest person I've ever met. They invite us to dinners, to camping, to do things together. Not a single time a Portuguese person told me to pack my shit and leave. Those online trolls, if you're okay with saying things like that to people you don't even know online, well, I think your life is no bueno, my friend. How do you feel about the idea of staying and living in Portugal forever? Forever is a strong word, I should say, first of all. Second of all, I'm still not convinced I would like to spend the rest of my life here in Portugal, even though I started liking and appreciating some of the things much more. I would definitely love to live somewhere up north, say the Netherlands, maybe Denmark, I don't know, somewhere like with winters and everything. I would really like that. Maybe I move there and I'm like, I don't want to see those winters ever in my life. I feel like the older you get, the more criteria you have to your perfect place, the place where you want to raise your kids, where you want to, get old and stuff like that. So for now, Portugal is a decent option. However, I would like to explore my other options. If you ask me the same question in a few years, maybe I'll have an answer for you. Are you working or studying here? How do you earn an income in Portugal? So, luckily, I'm not studying. Thank God, I've already got my 3 degrees. I'm out, I'm working. For those of you who didn't know, I work as a product designer, so it's basically a UX, UI designer, person who designs websites, applications. That's it for me. So that's my main source of income. But also I do content creation part-time. I film YouTube videos. I write blog posts. If you didn't know, I have a website and I started writing articles. It's pretty much what you see here, but in a text format. So if you have some difficulties with listening, for example, you can always go on my website and read those articles. I hope that helps. I'm not ready to be a content creator full-time because it's really exhausting. I don't think I've ever told that to anyone. I've never shared that, but I would say an introverted person. Actually, I think I'm more of an ambiverted person, meaning I'm okay with people and without them. For me, it's really exhausting to be in front of the camera 24/7. For YouTube, it's fine. You just literally sit and you film a video and then you edit it, that's it. But for Instagram and TikTok, it's constant work, constant filming, editing. It's just so exhausting. I feel like working as a designer and being a creator part-time is a perfect balance for me because I can still do my creative work, minimize this social interaction, even though I love meeting you guys in person, like when I meet you on the streets or whatever. I just enjoy that. However, for now, I think this 50-50 is a perfect match for me. How do you guys spend your days in Portugal? It would be a refreshing update. Thank you for all the good stuff you put out and staying true to yourself. Thank you very much. I really appreciate your comments, and every time I read them, every time I get messages from you guys that, hey, I got my visa approved, or I'm moving to Portugal, I'm moving to Canada, I'm so happy, I'm so grateful for, having this community with me. As for the spending days in Portugal, honestly, we just work the majority of the time because then we travel and then we come back and then we work again. I started filming some vlogs to show what we do, to show some behind the scenes in my life, I guess, Because if you follow me on Instagram, you know that I'm either working out or working or eating. That's it. That's all. But honestly, that's literally what I do. But I'm trying to show you more. When we're in Lisbon, we try to explore new places, new things, new restaurants, so then I can, share with you guys. For example, last week of July, we went to a medieval festival in Óbidos. It was amazing. I'm going to write a blog post about it, maybe even film a video, because it was unusual, interesting. We even played a little dress up. We wore the costumes. It's just an unforgettable experience. If you happen to be in Portugal end of July, just go there. Óbidos is also a very pretty city. If you're not here in July, you might as well just go visit the city. I think it's a 1-hour drive from Lisbon, but it's totally worth it. I think this is it. If you guys want to know more about my life in Portugal, you always have the comment section. Drop your questions, drop your comments in there. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to my channel. This really helps for the almighty algorithm, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye!